Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So tonight I am doing flip cup. So I have decided to do one in greens with black and white added. So I have marte paints in black, white, viridian, what's this one called? Just light green. So viridian here, light green here, and sap green here with black and white. So I've got light color, black, light or medium color, white, darker color. So it kind of, the black should make the lighter colors darker and the white should make the darker colors lighter and give me an assortment of tones. I have I'm going to say 45 grams paint and 45 grams pouring medium, which is Elmer's clear glue and water, 70% glue, 30% water. But a couple of them felt a little bit thin, so I added a little bit more a little bit more paint into the ones that felt thin. So they're all relatively even now. When I say relatively, they're slight differences, but not enough to really be concerned about. Now, I am going to try the Mont silicone oil again. So I like to kind of use different silicone oils and see how it goes. So I will be putting 3 drops in each color. Actually, 3 drops in every cup, including the black and the white. 1, 2, 3. So this is only the second time I've used this Mont silicone oil. So I get to see what type of results I get. So I've just put the silicone in and now I'm going to stir it up really, really well. I like my silicone to be stirred in very well. I find I get better results when I mix it in well. So that is my design for today. I'm hoping this turns out well. Occasionally when I do a flip cup, sometimes they turn out really good. Another time I go, you know what was I thinking? And it just doesn't turn out right. Occasionally it's color choice and other times it's just doesn't do what you plan. But fluid art's like that. It is a little bit skill and a little bit mind of its own. And the more you do certain styles, the more the skill level goes up and you kind of know how the paint's going to behave. But it doesn't always go that way. Especially when you're kind of doing different things, trying to try a new style or use a new product, use new paints, or just going out of your comfort zone and seeing what you get. So I will be using 3 cups and I've got a 16 by 20 canvas. Is that right? Was it? No, 12 by 16 canvas. I didn't think that sounded correct when I said it. So I'm just trying to, I'm probably only going to be able to do 2 layers, so try and do an even amount in 3 cups and then have half amount of your paint left over to do the other second layer. Approximately. Try and layer them and not pour it heavy so it smashes into it, because you don't want it to be a dirty pour, you want it to be a layered pour. So my goal is for the black to make these two lighter colours get different tones, and then when I add the white to give me different tones on the other spectrum where I've got the darker green. So we'll see whether I get those little fractals with this mix this time, like I got in the last blue flip cup, which was really cool. I really wasn't expecting to get them. It could have been a reaction between the paints, or it could have been the silicone oil. Could be a few factors, so you're just going to have to keep practicing and see what common denominator, when I get them again, I'll work out what was the common factor that made me get them both times. And here we go. This darker green feels slightly thinner, but not a lot to make a huge difference. Alrighty. So, first layer done. So I do like greens, but they're not as easy, they're not always friends with other colours. So that's why I thought I'll just do the greens with black and white. That way I'm not really putting a lot of a lot of other colours into it. Alrighty. So I did that swipe last night. Really loved that green swipe. So I thought what I can do is make a couple of them up, and when I decide I'm going to change my doona cover on my master bedroom, I can change my picture to not so much match it, but just kind of give myself a variety of artwork to kind of complement the cover. Alrighty, sorry if I go a bit quiet. I tend to go a little bit quiet when I think at the same time. So I've actually noticed that even the night before I did another green. I did that green pearl pour, dirty pour mixture combination painting. So I've done a couple of greens the last few days. I think sometimes when you're happy with something, you're like, oh, I'll continue with that. It's spring at the moment, so I've got green all through the garden. So probably a colour that's attracting me at the moment. last colour, then we'll be ready. Sorry if I bore you with doing this. So I'll finish this painting, and then I have to shrink it before I can upload it onto the internet. So I'll just sit down, watch a movie, and while the program shrinks the video file, and then I can upload it onto the internet. Alright, just get all them out of the way. Oops, paint on me. Okay. Get my gloves on. And I'm probably going to use the corner catcher this time, just to make sure that I have got as much paint on the canvas as I can, so then I've got choices what I tip off or what I don't. And yes, we're still recording. That's brilliant. Alright, so I'm going to swap these two around. I usually always put my last one in the middle. Bit of dirt. Alright, flipping. Okay. Yeah, so I wasn't so happy with that last flip cup I did, which I think was this autumn colours. I'm not too pleased with it, but that's what happens. Some you love, some you aren't as keen on. I think the colours just didn't go too well. If I had a white in there, I think it would have made the colours be a little bit more complementary to each other, but the colours I had just, yeah, this didn't look so great. Alrighty. So I've left this settle long enough. Time to tip. Pour my excess onto the corners. So I believe I am getting similar little fractals again. So what I can see happening is I've got cells appearing, but they're going fuzzy, like kind of flower shape. So I think it is the mont silicone that's doing it, which is good to know, because things like that, you kind of want to know why or what is causing that type of reaction. Yep, that's doing it again. Okay, so it looks like it is marte silicone that does it. So if you would like to get those cool little fractals, maybe consider getting yourself some marte silicone. There's a few places that sell it now. I know that you can get it from Capriola Shabby Chic. I'm not good with these modern names. The cups look awesome. Alright, last one. Little bit there, and the rest on this corner. So if you are interested in getting those cool fractals, try out some mont silicone, because that's the only thing I can think that it would be. I've got a funny little cell popping up. I didn't want you. Alright. We'll see how we go. I got to start tilting because it's going to run off this edge. Okay. Do you know what? I don't know if I will use a corner catcher actually, because I need to tip off those corners because of the extra paint I put there. So I'm just going back and forth, and now I'm going to go down off this bottom corner here. Okay, over the corner, coming back up, coming around, going to go off this other bottom corner, and when I do that I'm going to straighten up my lines. There we go. Bring it up. Might go to the left and to the right, even though I said that wrong way round. Your left then. I'm not the best with my lefts and rights. Okay, now I'm going to go up and over onto this corner. So over you go. Yeah, bring it back. Now go up towards this corner. And over the corner, and then I want to go a little bit off the top. There we go. So now my lines are a bit even. Do I want to try and get rid of that cell? I will. Let's just try and get rid of him. I'm just going to lose a bit of paint by doing that. Alright, now I'm bringing it down. And there, my paint's roughly in the middle now. So, now I have the dilemma. As you can see, I have actually got those cool, where those fractal cells came up at first, they have left a really cool pattern in here and a lot of nice lacing going through, especially on like this side's got heaps of lacing. This side you can see the fractals more. You can see the fractals all the way through this. So a fractal is kind of like a snowflake pattern in a way. It's hard to explain. I just call them like little mini flowers. So they're here, but they're not well enough to find. I think if I had have had more paint in the cups and only tilted a little bit, enough to kind of just stretch them out a little bit, then I would leave it as is. But I do want to torch this. I do want normal cells to come up and not just have a fractal painting, which I will actually try now that I know what causes it. Now, I actually have a bare corner, just a little bit, so I'm going to put that there. I've got another bare corner over here, so I'm just going to put that there. Put that there. Now, got one little bald patch there, one little one there, and I've actually got a big bald patch here, so I'm just going to put paint there and then just let it run down the side. So you don't actually want to paint it. You just kind of want to add it to the top and let it run down by itself. Makes it look a little bit more like it should have been there. Now, blowtorch time. Okay, so you behaving? So I'm just trying to heat it up from a height. See if I can get a few of these air bubbles to pop. Whoa, I got a few cells then. I got a little bit close. So I'm just slowly moving the blowtorch around, trying not to get too close straight away. See what comes up. Some spots the silicone looks like it was closer to the surface and happy to give me a cell quite quickly. Other spots are a little bit slower. Oops. Tiny bit close. So I've got quite a few. I was hoping a little bit more less and a little bit more spaced out, but they kind of were coming up in patches. But that's okay. They're doing their own thing. So it kind of looks a little bit cool how you got some cells coming up, but you still got like the lightning lacing going on from where those fractals were developing, even through here. The cells are getting nice colors to them. So I think ultimately I prefer my elmers silicone oil, but I like the effects that the mont silicone oil gives me in the background with the fractals and all that. So it's a little bit of a, I like them both. Maybe next time I might actually try putting like 2 drops of one and 1 drop of the other, mixing that through and see what results I get by actually using 2 different silicones, whether it will give me a different result or not. Sometimes doing a little test run is what is needed, just to have a play. Like I always say, this is fun. I'm not at the moment. I haven't got people. Well, I'm not actually asking people to give me orders to do paintings for them or anything. I'm just doing it for fun. I just like to enjoy and relax after a hard day's work, and this is surely fun for me. I'm going to bring you down and show you a close-up. So there we go. Nice greens, whites, blacks in there. So we come down slowly, well, relatively slowly. As we can see, we got some nice multicolored cells. And you can see these fractals in the background again. Kind of flower shape things. They're a bit stretched because I wanted to pour off that other cell I didn't like. Come along. As I get closer to the light, the colours change a little bit. Not as accurate as what it is on the canvas. And then we come down here and we can see more of that like lightning strike lacing going on in the background. Kind of looks pretty cool. Yes, but see how the cells came up a bit clumpy? Because I got a little bit close with the blowtorch in certain parts. Probably would have preferred to got a bit less, but oh well. And over here, where are we? That's where we got some fractals developing, where we got the lacing in the corner. Alright, let's zoom out. Alright, well that's the green one. That's looking pretty alright. It actually looks a little bit more darker green in my eyes, not in the camera. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. So comment, share, like, subscribe, and let me know what you think. So I hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Alright, bye.